Welcome, everyone. So glad to have you here tonight, this wonderful day. And I'm hearing all about the beautiful weather that we're having all across the world. I am Janine Anika. I am in New Jersey, enjoying a beautiful day at 8 p.m. over here on my side of the world. And a mother of four. I had a beautiful Mother's Day yesterday with four of my babies, and I'm very excited to have our call tonight. So I would love to introduce our one of our speakers for tonight, and his name is Makesi Anika. Hence, you see my last name, you know who this is for me. That's my hubby. Yes, hubby is a successful entrepreneur. He's originally from Trinidad and Tobago and now lives in New Jersey with me and our four kids. He is a lead performer and a multi-million dollar producer in the microbiome company formerly called LoveBiome and now LifeVantage. He is the CEO of Quest Vision Global, which is an organization dedicated for helping people with personal leadership and development. He's having lots of fun and educating many about the gut, the brain, and the skin microbiome activation. And mostly important, he's helping people all over the world transform their lives for the better. And let me tell you, my husband, he is a visionary. He is the hardest worker I ever saw. He's loving, and he is the best person I ever known. So please welcome my husband and friend, Mr. Makesi Anika.
All right. Hey, well, thank you, Janine. Right. I appreciate you. And yes, I feel, I see my daughter back
There
there.
we
And
go.
listen, I want to thank you all for joining us. Again, if you guys could put some fire emojis in the chat for my wife, right, for kicking this call off in such good spirits, good fashion, right? I want to thank you again, Janine, for doing that. And the thing is, I'm always excited to do this type of work with my family. Honestly, I've enrolled my family into the vision of what we do, which is to help people with their physical and financial fitness. And I'm super proud of the work that we're doing, and I'm super proud to be doing this with my wife, my partner in love, right? So this is exciting times, guys. We have a great call lined up for you all here tonight. I hope you all are ready. Get a pen and pad if you don't, right? We have some great information that we're going to share, and I'm going to jump right in. So let me share my screen so you could see what I see, and we can dive right in to the meat and potatoes, right? Or I should say, into what we call activation, right? We don't believe in supplementation. We don't believe in medication. We truly believe in activation. If you give the body what it needs, the body has an innate ability to repair itself. And that's what we're all about here at LifeVantage. And we're excited about you learning about this as well. Now, my story, as Janine stated, my name is Makesi Anika. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I help people say yes to their best because that's what I did, and that's what I've been doing, right? That's my life's purpose, honestly. And as you can see this picture right here, you see a happy family with my wife in a black dress here, looking beautiful. My daughter, Ava, right? My twin baby girls, Life and Love. And, you know, this picture was us at a company celebration where they were celebrating me for making, at that time, $500,000 at that particular event with our company Love Biome, which is now merged here with LifeVantage. And you could see us smiling, and it was a very happy moment. And I would tell you, I'm super. I always have good memories thinking about some of these times, and this was a very cool time to have my family with me with this. But here's the thing, life wasn't always like this. People see a happy family. Honestly, before getting into this industry and being a part of this type of network of people and success, this is how I felt, honestly, right? And some of you guys may be able to relate, right? Where life wasn't so fun, honestly, guys. Right out of high school, I worked as a janitor, and a window washer. So I had two jobs, right? When I think about my journey, I worked 8 hours a day as a window washer, and then I worked, in the evenings, I worked 4 hours in the afternoon or in the evening, sorry, as a janitor. And it was long days and I was only $7 an hour, right? So, you can't really raise a family on that, guys, if you're being honest with yourself. But when I was there, I always remember my uncle, he was the one that got me those jobs at the time. And he told me, he said, Makesi, if you stay here another 5 years, this would be so much time of your life wasted. And he told me, he said, look, you have a lot of potential. You should go on ahead and try to do something more with your life. And I took that to heart, right? And I thank him for that. He planted seeds in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. And inevitably, I went to Delaware County Community College in Philadelphia, and then I transferred to Cabrini College, and I graduated with computer science as my major. And I was extremely happy about that, thinking that everything was going to be so amazing. You would listen to the story, you say, okay, progress, right? And then right out of college, I worked at Citibank as a software engineer, but I was trapped, honestly, in a dark room in a cubicle with 15 other engineers, and we would program all day long. We'd be testing code, and what I noticed was all the engineers in our department, they were past the age of retirement, many of them. Some were, in their like 50s, 60s, and we even had people in their 70s, right? And they say retirement is what, 60, 65, but yeah, they were working past retirement. And I was in my mid 20s at the time. And many of them, we were eating ice cream all day, we were eating donuts, we were eating cake, we were eating potato chips. We had poor dietary habits while we were sitting there, basically for about 12 hours a day in a dark room, guys. And when I looked at the guys there, and I thought to myself, I said, Makesi, this is going to be your life in the next, 30, 40 years. You're going to be in a dark room trapped, unhealthy, unhappy, and really just unsatisfied. And not to mention, I had student loan debt. I had over $30,000 in student loan debt at the time. And even though I was making more money, that's when it dawned on me I was not in alignment with my passion. I was not in alignment with what my purpose was, which is really to help people say yes to their best. And I just, I wasn't, I just felt like it wasn't me, and I didn't want that to be the ending of my story. So I felt like I traded in one bad scenario of making less money, with a job that I really didn't like. And then I got into a new job that I thought I was going to like and realized that that's not what I wanted to do. And now I had more debt and I had, all of these things happening, right? So inevitably, some of us feel that's how I felt, like this little boy right here. I felt trapped, I felt helpless. And, for many of us, we can relate to this because some of us are dealing with financial stress right now, right? Living check to check. So, if you go to the gas pumps right now, it's ridiculous, right? You see, gas prices here in New Jersey is over $5 a gallon. I know Carrie told me it's over $7 over in California, right? So it's just, right now, if you're looking to make sure that your health insurance is good, your car insurance. Right now, cost of living is super expensive. And if you look at this chart right here, you can see this being reflected, right? The cost of living versus real wages. You can see right here, 2021 to 2026. These are some of the stats right here. 80% of people, right, have over $7,000 unpaid in terms of their credit card balance, right, on a monthly basis. Many aren't able to retire until they're the age of 70 plus. And we can see this for a fact. I know my wife goes to BJ's all the time, and the people that check us out at BJ's, right, they're usually people who should be retired, right, older people, but they're still having to work. And the average first-time home buyer right now is 40 years old. It used to be 28, right? 90% of households have less than 3 months living expenses saved. So what I want us to pay attention to here tonight is that the cost of, when you look at this chart, the cost of living right now from, you could see here has, gone up by 25% on this blue line, right? And so that's inflation. And right now, many of us, have you gotten a raise? Right? Did you get a 25% raise since 2021? For most people, the answer is no. So I want you to really buckle up and listen in here tonight to what we're talking about because the gap is growing. Okay. Costs are rising and wages are not. So we have to find a better way. And if some of you guys have ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, he wrote that book and he created this thing right here called the cash flow quadrant. And I remember this was one of the things that helped me to have a mental and financial breakthrough in terms of what I wanted to do outside of working my 9 to 5. Okay. And this is exciting. Here, as you look at this quadrant, you can see active income, right, versus wealth building. Okay. And you can see in the E quadrant, this is an employee, somebody who works a job, right? You trade time for money, right? You have self-employed, somebody who basically you own a job, right? Whether you're like a salon, like if you have a hair salon or a barber shop or something where you are still there majority of the time. And many times, the person that owns the job, works longer hours, have to pay out your staff. And usually it takes about 3 to 5 years, just even a break, even in many cases. So it's more difficult if you don't have what we call a system. And this is where the B quadrant comes in, right? When you look at the B quadrant, this is a business owner who actually owns a system. And if you can put in the chat for me, guys, system, the acronym for it is save yourself time, energy, and money. When you own a system similar to like a Wendy's or McDonald's, they have a franchise system, right? When you have a system that gives you leveraged opportunities, right? Where you have things at play that allows you to generate cash flow continuously. And this is a super exciting place to be. And this is the quadrant that we're in as a company. And we're going to show you how you can utilize a system here with us. And then the investor quadrant, this is where money works for you. You don't no longer trade time for money. Now money works for you. And like my wife likes to say, having your money make babies. Okay. So this is a quadrant that everybody wants to be on. This is the side on the right side with the B and the I. You want to have a system that constantly brings you cash flow, and you want to take that cash flow and constantly have that money go to work for you. Now, the thing that I want you to look at here with this equation is that 5% of the wealth is on the left side, right? And that's not good for many of us who are only working on 9 to 5s or who own a job, right? Or who are self-employed. That means 95% of the people are on the left side, right? And on only 5% of the wealth. So we're all people on this side are scrambling for basically not that much money in that space, right? So it's obvious, right, that you would want to be on the right side of the money, right? Because there's 5% of the people on this side. There's less people on this side, and 95% of the wealth is also on this side. So which side would you rather be on? The side where all the money is? Where there's less competition, right? Less people, or the side where everybody's applying for a job, everybody's trying to trade time for money, and then you still can't retire in a comfortable fashion. So again, this is a very powerful illustration, and tonight we're going to show you how you can get into this B quadrant and then leverage that into the I quadrant. So you're going to learn about the breakthroughs in human health and aging, right? And people are spending billions of dollars on human aging. How many of us wish we can reverse the clock and slow down our aging process, right? You're definitely going to learn about that tonight. And also the center of human health, right? Which is your gut microbiome. You're going to learn more about that. So that's the first thing. Also, you're going to learn how to position yourself to take advantage of this information because whenever there's a need, whenever there's a problem, and you can solve that problem and fulfill the need of people, that means that there's opportunity to create wealth. And that is also what we're going to talk about here tonight. So you have your own breakthrough, hopefully, just like I did many moons ago. And let's talk about it. So there's nobody better to bring this information to you than the queen herself, right? This is somebody I personally know, somebody I trust, somebody I truly respect. She is basically a legend in this space of home-based business network marketing. She's a wife. She's a mother of 2 adult boys. She's a fitness instructor, personal trainer, waitress, bartender, yogi, leader, friend. And she's been in this profession for 33 years. So she definitely knows what she's talking about. She's been a part of 4 different programs or companies where she's gotten to the top of those programs. So she is a seasoned veteran and knows all about how to not just stay physically fit, but how you can, like her, be in a financial space where money is no longer an issue, guys. So I want to turn it over to Mrs. Carrie Dickey, right? So let me help you unmute here, right? And guys, if you could put some fire emojis in the chat for Carrie. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you loud and clear. You got it. Go ahead,
Okay,
Carrie.
there are going to be some confused people out there. Thank you for the fire in the hearts. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. I want to tell you that I am no longer married. I was married for 26 years, but I know what it means to be a wife, and I loved it. And anyway, I am a happy girl. I have a partner, and I'm really happy. So I just wanted to clear that up. I have a lot of friends like, "What? You got married and didn't tell us?" Anyway, I am in a roll, open mouth, insert fire hose. I have a lot of information to give you in a little bit of time. And thank you for having me. I've got to tell you, I love working with people that enunciate. Connecticut, opportunity. I just love that. It's just my mom beat that into me, and it's so much fun to work with you, Makesi. I have mad respect for this husband and wife duo and their family, and I'm just so grateful you all said yes to LifeVantage. Not LifeVantage, LifeVantage. So anyway, thank you for having me. My story, the first thing that you said, Makesi, that I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to clear this up, is I've been a part of 4 companies. That used to terrify me, hearing that. Like, what? You have to build it 4 times? You don't. I was a part of a company in 1993. I kind of was a little bit late to the barbecue, but I learned how to be fearless. I talked to anybody within 5 feet of me, and I learned how to have courage. And so I was super grateful for that lesson. Even though I was a little bit late to the party, I moved on to my next company where I learned how to lead. I don't know if you've all read that children's book, Are You My Mother? Are You My Mother? Are You My Mother? But I was looking for someone to teach me. And I learned that I had to learn how to lead by myself. I started having trainings in my home. I built a rockin' business, and I thought, I can do this, until I realized it was party plan, and that was the slow boat to wealth. And how many people are you really helping selling candlesticks and hardware, right? No reorder, no reordering, no leveraged income. So I found a company in many years, 2008, made my first $1 million in 2008, and I just loved helping people. It was 19 wild and organic fruits in a bottle, and I went crazy and learned how to catch myself on fire with enthusiasm so the world could come from miles around to watch me burn. And I highly, highly suggest that you not care what anybody thinks of you. Have fun, make money, make a difference, and it'll all work out for you. I'm so excited that I'm with LifeVantage. I've been with this company for coming on 16 years, starting my 17th year next month. I can hardly believe it. It does not feel that long. So let's go ahead, Makesi. There's an ABC Primetime Investigative Report. You can go to Google, type in ABC Pro Tandem. We're showing a teeny little piece of it tonight. But if you're serious about this business, you need to see all 14 minutes, the long one. But let's watch this little clip. Watch what happens with oxidative stress here. Let's go.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, a small yellow pill, potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases. It's called Protandim. Taking just 1 pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent. Extrapolated back is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed. It may not
So that is
look
where I
like the
start.
fountain of youth, a small yellow pill, potential of...
Again, woo! That's where I start with every single person. They're going to see the ABC Primetime Investigative Report, period, polka dot. And the 2 questions I ask at the end of that ABC to make sure they've watched it is, did you see the part where John Quinones's oxidative stress was reduced to that of a newborn? If they don't nod their head, I say, let's go watch it again. And this time we're going to do it together. Did you see the part that after taking Protandim for 30 days, they could no longer distinguish the blood of an 80-year-old from that of a 20-year-old? Those are my first two questions. They have to watch the video. I've got something I want you to take a look at. They watch the video. I ask those two questions, and then I jump right into, well, what on earth is oxidative stress? Most people don't know. Well, it affects everything. It's kind of like rusting from the inside out. If you cut an apple in half, lay it out, it's going to turn brown if you leave it there for a few hours. If you put a little lemon juice on it, it doesn't turn brown. That's kind of what we're doing inside the body. We're slowing the rusting by 40% in 30 days. Oxidative stress is responsible for a lot of things that you don't want. Stuff with your heart, your eyes, your skin, your blood vessels, your immune system, brain, lung, joints, kidneys, all of it is attacked by the air we breathe, water we drink, additives, preservatives, insecticides, fungicides, GMOs. And if you look to the right, that's pubmed.gov, the National Library of Medicine's website. There are 334,126 studies at the time Makesi took this screenshot. When I started, there were about 38,000, and I started in 2010. Oxidative stress is a hot topic today, and you want to decrease your oxidative stress so that your body can work better. We'll take the next slide. And we have peer-reviewed published research at pubmed.gov. Look at places: University of Colorado, Denver, Denver Health Medical Center, universities of Florida, Kentucky, Louisiana State, even places in Wales, Sweden, the Czech Republic, and Mexico City. And should you get involved in our company, we will teach you the company story that people watched that ABC primetime investigative report, scratched their heads. It said, for more information, go to abcnews.com and everybody did. They emailed the company, ordered the products. $5 million worth of orders came in the days and weeks following the airing of the clip. There was one teeny tiny problem, and that is that Joe McCord did not have, it wasn't Amazon, right? He didn't have a sales team, didn't have a marketing team, didn't have people with headsets ready and credit card machines ready to take your orders. It should have been the end of the story, but it was not, because doctors and scientists contacted Joe's office and said, hey, get us some product. We know a little bit about oxidative stress. We want to know a lot more. Please send us product. And they initiated and funded these studies all around the country and all around the world, what you see there. So let me tell you a little bit about Protandim. Pro versus con. You can do the next slide. Pro versus con in the body. 5 plant ingredients in tandem. Protandim. Green tea boosts metabolism, burns fat. Turmeric, anti-inflammatory herb. Milk thistle, liver cleanser. Ashwagandha, brain calmer. And bacopa is a white flowering plant that increases the production of catalase, which is really important for the eyes. You put these 5 herbs together on the bottom: milk thistle, bacopa, ashwagandha, green tea, turmeric, in one place at one time in just the right ratio. You literally have an activator. It turns your body on. And now you are fighting this free radical damage much, much, much more efficiently than you were before. This is an activator. Every product we have is an activator. So if you look at this slide, before Protandim, that's the oxidative stress damage. At the age, you're 20-year-old, you're doing a certain amount of work. By the time you're 60 and 80, your defenses are way down. But let's look at the next slide. And this is in the ABC primetime video. After taking Protandim, they can no longer distinguish the blood of an 80-year-old on the right side of the screen from that of a 20-year-old. I watch people watch this video, and if they're not jumping out of their skin, they probably don't get it. I might have to do a little bit more explanation or move on, because a lot of people do get this. So Makesi's going to talk to you about the gut, the second brain, the microbiome. And I'm so excited to turn it back to you, Makesi.
All right. So in a synopsis here, guys, as you can see, Protandim. Oh, I think I have,
Yep.
okay, my audio is on. Okay. Yeah, Protandim helps to lower, or I should say lowers oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. I mean, listen, you got to get this into your system. You want to get this like white on rice. It is awesome for your body. Now, the breakthrough of gut microbiome activation is also very important. They call your gut microbiome the center of human health. All communication pathways run through your gut and many different organs and systems. And if you go back to the National Library of Medicine and you type in the word microbiome, as you can see here, there's 237,086 results. This is a very, very big deal because microbiome research has just really started. Okay. Now, oxidative stress has been known in the medical community for a very long time, and we know that that is a primary thing you need to address. You don't want to rust any faster than you should from the inside out. And here's the other thing that you also want to look at is your gut health, okay? Because it's kind of like the chicken and the egg, right? You need a healthy gut so that you can absorb the nutrients from whatever you eat, especially if it's as you take the protandum. But at the same time, you need the protandum to strengthen the cells so that you have a strong gut, right? So they both work hand in hand very, very powerfully. And when you look at the era of the microbiome, this is a 21st century health revolution happening where more education is coming out about gut health because as of 2002 there was nothing about gut health, and now, as I just showed you, if you go on pubmed.gov, type in microbiome, since 2021 there's over 200,000 peer-reviewed studies. So this thing is moving pretty fast in terms of the importance of it. And when you go to fortunebusinessinsight.com, you'll see that the gut space is forecast to do by 2034, in the next 7 years, basically, $270 billion will be spent annually just on gut health. That's how serious this is, right? And again, whenever there's new education and information and there's a solution right there, that creates opportunities, guys, because we have a solution, right? We are a part of the weight management space, we're a part of anti-inflammatory space, but as you see, the gut microbiome space is rapidly growing, and let me show you why. There's something called gut axes, meaning your gut is linked to all the different organs and systems. And research has identified specific connections in the human body with the microbiome as the center of human health. So when you look at the gut brain connection, okay, that helps with your mental well being, your mood, your clarity. When you look at the gut heart connection with your cardiovascular system, your gut skin connection, your gut oral connection, your gut liver connection, right? This is one of the key things about protandum is that it increases antioxidant called glutathione. Well, the gut, there's a gut liver axis where the detoxification and metabolism vitality, meaning glutathione is also generated or initiated through the gut and the liver, guys. The liver produces it. So this is also very, very important because, again, glutathione helps to slow down oxidative stress, guys. So very important. You have the gut immune system. 75% of your immune system is in the gut, guys. And then you have your hormonal systems, right? So when you think about the gut, it starts from the mouth and it goes all the way to your number two. So we like to say from the rooter to the tutor, from the in to the out, okay? So you want to get your gut right because it is paramount to you staying healthy. And here's the thing. Whenever you don't have your gut right, whenever you're not exercising, you're not eating right, you're not balancing your gut, there's something called dysbiosis. This means that you have more bad gut bacteria starting to develop, and this creates the dysbiosis, okay? And it leads to many other issues where you have tears on the lining of your gut walls, and it starts to lead to a lot of problems because, as you see, the gut is linked to everything. So allow me to introduce you to the solution of what we have right here. It's called P84, right? You have Phytopower 1 and 2, and there's 84 ingredients combined in Phyto 1 and 2, and we call it P84. Here's what the thing you need to know. All you have to do is 2 rips and sip, right? You rip these 2 stick packs, you put it in 16 ounces of water, and you drink up. And it's going to activate your gut microbiome, right? It activates peptides to regulate, repair, and restore your gut. There's 40 different shades of colors in this thing, guys. So you have different shades of red plants, purple plants, blue plants, right? Yellow plants, orange plants, because your gut needs color diversity, right? It needs all of these colors to activate different species of probiotics, or what we call good gut bacteria. Okay, so very important. So when you hear eat your greens, people should say eat your colors. Color is life. Greens are good, but good is the enemy of great. You want to get all these colors to activate your gut in the best fashion. Also, we have 15 targeted hand-picked probiotics, okay? And again, these plants help to activate these probiotics. And in case you don't know, there are probiotics that help to deal with your visceral fat. There's probiotics that help you with your sleep in terms of stress management, right? In terms of your nervous system. There's probiotics that help to regulate your bones and muscle and all of these different areas of your health, guys. And as you dig into this product system, you'll hear more about this. We also have 5 digestive enzymes, right? Things that like papain, which helps to break down sugars from protein. Right? Amylase that breaks down sugars from carbohydrates, whether it's rice, pasta, pizza. You have bromelain that breaks down sugars from fat, right? We have all of these different, lactase that breaks down sugars from different dairy and milky items. So when you get into this, guys, it is awesome. You have a lot of different peptides that are generated to help to regulate the gut. And then again, the glutathione is also very, very powerful. So all in all, I want you to know that this is the best gut microbiome system on the planet. It's going to activate your gut. And even though it looks green, as I mentioned before, you have all the various color spectrums in this. Okay. So, definitely we want you the same way you brush your teeth every day, the same way you take a shower or at least wash your face on a daily basis. It's the same way you need to regulate, repair, and restore your gut. And all you do is two rips and a sip to make that happen here with P84. Now, we do have here at LifeVantage many other products. We have over 35 products in our product suite. My favorites are Axio X for energy, and you get energy on all fronts, right? Energy in the gym, energy in terms of your libido. For those of you guys, those of you couples, in your bedroom life, right? And you have Hydrate, which I also like. Carrie, I'm going to turn it over to you. Is there any other products that you like as well?
Absolutely. And I was going to tell you, if you see me disappear towards the end, it's because I have another call at 6. So just don't, I'm not leaving because I'm not excited. I'm ready to go rip, rip, and sip again. And somebody asked if it was safe for children, Makesi, and the answer is absolutely,
Yes,
right?
three three
I
years
mean,
old and up. Yes, for the P84, 3 years old and up.
wonderful, 3 years old and up. So I love our liquid collagen. I absolutely love this product. The Glow Stack is this and this, and this is an incredible stack. Our liquid collagen activates, replenishes, and restores the collagen that you already have. And it helps your body to make more. It's hydrolyzed, which means that the molecules are small enough for you to absorb. I have taken a ton of collagen in my life. I have never felt anything because I probably didn't use it. So it's really important. I am in love with all of our products, but the brain food for me, the Axio is an incredible brain food that you talked about with theanine and Monterey pine bark and quercetin. These are brain foods, and we don't need coffee anymore. We have Axio. So we've got personal care items. We have brain stuff. We have gut stuff, and we have everything activator. Next one. So these are some of the pictures. We can just go through these. Look at what happened to Shauna Mucklow after gut activation. Next one, GLP-1. Go ahead. Thank you. Look at this guy's face and look at this gal's legs. This is real. I am going to be 65 in January, and I know this is real. It happened for me. It's incredible. This stuff plumps you up, and I'm not talking about make you bigger. It makes you glow. We call it a glow stack. Look at the animals. Animals don't lie, right? There is no, what do you call it? Placebo effect with animals. And look at this skin. It's just, these before and afters are remarkable. I have a friend in Puerto Vallarta that works with animals, and they are so fast. They can change within a matter of a week or two. It's incredible just with our activators. I know this gal, look at her gut, look at her tummy. Wow, what a difference. Love it. Move it. Thank you. So, how do you take advantage of this information? How do you do it? Next slide. What do you do? Well, first of all, you need to understand what you have in your hands. Yes, you have the best product line I've ever seen, but you can have, and not but, and if it is exciting for you to get those products paid for or to make a part time, full time, or big time income like it was for me, we have a publicly traded US based company here that is debt free with millions in cash reserves. We have created a modern business model for people who want to control their income. There is a website. There are apps that there's an app where you can send a cart from your app and people can order. Shipping, billing, IT, legal, product development is all done for you. It's a business in a box. We're on the NASDAQ. It's exciting. And there's something in our space called an S curve. That very beginning, the early adopters, people that get an idea and latch onto it, are called early adopters. That is the formulation and pioneering stage. There's a point at which enough people know about a company and sends it into momentum or straight up growth, exponential growth. And then a company may level off into maturity. We have been through a couple of S curves with this company, and we are a baby. People do not know about these products or this opportunity. Partially, 80% of my thousands and thousands of people all over the world are just customers. They just want to look and feel better. They don't give a rat about making money. They don't know anything about getting a new CEO or getting a new product. They just want to look and feel better. So we are poised with a brand new CEO coming in. I know it's coming in October. We are in the right place at the right time with the right people. Our culture is intact, and I am excited about our next S curve, Makesi. Next one.
Right.
Woo! So don't we fall in love with things and use them? I don't know that I'm in love with my iPhone, but I'm not changing at this juncture. I think sometimes Androids are better, but I'm not going to change because I'm in the Apple world, right? Toilet paper. I have one kind. I use Charmin. That's what I'm going to use till the day I die. I love it. Deodorant. I have a non-toxic. I order it every single time. I have coffee that I love. It's sprouted from Body Ecology. I am not going to change. We get these products and we use them for life. That's exactly what we're doing here in this space. People fall in love with their products. They order today, they order tomorrow. I had a girl last week that said, oh my gosh, I've had a girl that has ordered her bottle of Protandim now for 10 years, 10 times 12 months. That's leveraged income. So we're doing the same thing. So Makesi, go ahead and tell people about how we get paid.
Yeah, so it's super exciting that you have leveraged income. This puts you on the B and the I side of the quadrant, which is where 95% of wealth is, right? So if we know that every month people buy specific products like their toilet paper, their coffee, they stick with the same brand that they like because it brings value. And it's the same thing with our products. We have natural products, clinically tested. You cannot go wrong with this because people fall in love with the products. You heard Carrie talk about somebody on the Protandim for 10 years. I have people on the P84 now on the P84 for several years, right? So it's an exciting thing here when you look at the earning potential, where you see on the right side here earning $75 all the way up to $1,200, where you're just referring people to something good. See, with the deodorant that I use today, I had a friend of mine that visited me, stayed at the house, and he shared the benefits of using this natural deodorant with no aluminum in it. And I was like, man, and I started using it, and it's about 6 years later, and I'm still using it. Every month I buy the same deodorant, right? So I'm here to tell you, when you get on Protandim or P84, you're not going to come off of this. You're going to love it. And month in, month out, that creates residual income for you and your network of people that you share this with. So you can see, as you have here on the customer sales side, 4,000 in sales, you see 30%. So you earn $1,200, right? So an extra 200, 500, $1,000 a month. can go a very long way based on what we're seeing happening here, especially when you go to the gas pumps. I think that'll help big time. And yesterday I went to, I took my wife and the family out for Mother's Day. And when I got just being transparent, when I saw the bill, right, I was like, man, I'm so thankful for this company and the fact that I'm able to generate leveraged income. And it made me think about, man, what if I was still working as a janitor and only making $7 an hour? I wouldn't be able to take my family out on this type of, in terms of this type of dinner and celebrate Mother's Day the way I would want to for my wife, right? So this is the way that you can start generating income. But let me give you the really exciting part that I really like in terms of, big time, doing it big time, right? Here's the key. You might see all these boxes and wonder, well, what is all these boxes? Well, if you're moving into a new house, you have to, you box everything up. And let me ask you a question. If you want to move all of these boxes, would you try to move it by yourself, or would you incorporate the efforts of your friends or family to help you move these, move these boxes into the truck so that you can move into your new house a lot faster? Right. I already know the answer is yes. You're good. If you have five people helping you move, that's better than one or just you moving these boxes, guys. And that's what we call leverage. That's when you incorporate the efforts of others. It helps you to get to where you want to go faster. And here lies the question. Are you in a financial tug of war? Right? Are you trying to build your financial portfolio just by yourself? Right? Because here's the thing. Many of us are pulling this financial rope by ourselves, right? We work our jobs for 40 hours a week, 40 years of our lives. We retire on a 40% pension, which, as you see, inflation is going up from 2021 to 2026 has gone up 25%, and most people have not gotten a raise. So that means cost of living is going up and your income stays the same, and you're still just pulling this rope by yourself. Well, if you had five people on the other side and it's just you pulling the rope, chances are you're going to lose that game of tug of war. And that's what's happening to people financially. They're losing the financial game because they're pulling the rope by themselves. What if you had five people pulling this rope with you, though? Right? That evens up the odds. What if you had 10, 20, 30 people pulling that rope with you? All of a sudden, you are not just earning by yourself, but you're earning with the efforts of others. And therein lies the system that we have here with LifeVantage. And I'm sure if you have 100 people pulling that rope, you're going to win the game all day, every day, right? So let me show you how you can pull the rope as a team. And simply put, a team of five people pulling that rope with you puts you in a very advantageous position when you plug into our system here. And remember, system means save yourself time, energy, money. So when you look here, the team of five, you start pulling, it's $150. You're like, okay, no big deal. But then as you plug those five into our team system, you show them the same thing and they execute the same way. What starts to happen now? You have a team of 25. So now you're making, that 525 plus the 150. Right? Then what happens when you plug in these 25 people and show them the same thing? Hey, you don't have to pull this by yourself. What do? Invite people to these Zooms, invite people to these live events we have all over the world where we have expert trainers, we have expert presenters like us here tonight and many others all over this in this company that you just bring those people to listen to the information and then they'll either start using the products, right, as a consumer, or they use the products also as a team member and a business partner, right, which is exciting. And as you plug people into that system, now you have a team of 125, right? That puts you at $2,625 plus the 525 plus the 150. And this is every month, guys, because people use the product month in, month out, same way you use your toilet paper, month in, month out, the same way you use your cell phone, and the same way you use you drink coffee and all these things. People use these products month in, month out. And again, many more people involved makes it a lot easier, right? 625 here, right? Because they've plugged into our system. So now you have 625 people pulling that rope. Look at your income now, right? It's over, when you add it all up, that's 14,550, which is $174,600 in annual income, all because you're pulling the rope now with a team. How cool is that? right? And this is our income disclosure statement right here. You can see the breakdown of the numbers. This is audited every year because we're a publicly traded company. And these are the numbers, guys. And here's the thing on the left side here, these are the ranks as you do a certain amount of sales, right? And you can see right here, if we go to senior consultant one, that's 2,000 in monthly sales as a team, right? And now you can see the average or the median monthly commissions is $260. Is what people make. And you might say, well, Makesi, that's not, a lot of money for me, right? Some people might tell me that, but here's what I want you to really consider. If we go all the way to the right column where it says average number of months to achieve rank, you'll see right here that's 5 months it typically takes for people to get to this rank, right? Or 2,000 in sales. But what I want you to note here is you would need $52,000 in an investment account, right? An account that accrues interest at 6% returns to actually make $260 a month, okay? And here's the real question. In the next 5 months, are you going to be able to save $52,000 to put into an investment account to get this 260 every month? The answer for most people is no. And this is why you're on this call. We're going to show you a much easier, but we've shown you pretty much a way that you can incorporate the efforts of others and create leveraged income. Now, look at managing consultant one. That's 10,000 in sales as a team. The average earnings here is 1443, $1,443. And it takes about 15 months or a little bit over a year to get to this position. And you would need $288,600 in the bank at 6% returns. Now, how many of us have this 288,000 in the bank right now to do this? Most people don't. But more importantly, the question is, in the next year and a half, at your current job, are you going to be able to save $288,600 to have it accrue at 6% to create this nest egg so that you can create that retirement? For most people, the answer is no. Okay. And if we go down to executive consultant one, that's $80,000 a month in sales from you and your team, right? The average earnings is 11,572, and you would need you would need 2.3 million in the bank at 6% to generate this 11,572. Now, 37 months, that's about 3 years, a little bit over 3 years. The question is, at your current job, doing what you're currently doing, are you able to generate and save $2.3 million? The answer is no. This is why you're on this call. We're showing you a very simple way that you can plug into a network and change your financial position with having a breakthrough in your finances, not just with your health, right? We're going to help you with your cells with Protandem. We're going to help you with your gut with P84 and all the other products that we have, but we're also going to activate your pockets, okay? And this is why we're so pumped. Now, Carrie Dickey, who's on this call here, she's a presidential. Her team is doing over $1 million a month, right? And you can see that business asset is a $19 million asset in terms of what it's valuated at, right? So this is exciting times for all of us, guys. I would tell you plug in. We have a car program, 30,000 to a car, or you could take 25K cash, right? With three basic ways to get started here with us. You can do the business enrollment pack for $9.99, which is the best way to start. You get a little bit of almost all of our products, right? 37% savings on these items. You have a Healthy Edge pack here for $250, right? Where you get the P84 and the Protandem with your starter kit, your website, and then you have the executive enrollment pack for $457.99. You get great savings here as well. But the best way to start, right, is go big or go home. That's what I tell you, anybody right now. You get in where you fit in, but this is, if you want my assessment of this is the best way to get going, guys. All right, because you're going to get your website, right? Obviously, you get it for all of them, but with this, you get the mobile app, right? You get the team building training, weekly support calls from six-figure earners, right? On this call right now, you're getting this information from me as a multiple six-figure earner, from Carrie Dickey as a multi-million-dollar earner as well, right? So you're getting the opportunity to connect with people that can help you build this asset, right? By utilizing our abilities to do this presentation as you bring people to the calls and to the events, guys. Monthly business training events, quarterly corporate sponsored events, mentoring sessions with seven-figure yearly earners, guys. Everything on this side you get basically for free, right? Which is incredible. And all you do is you invest in yourself by getting the products, because when you have more products that you have personally used, it's easier to share that with different types of people that are looking for different things, because we have weight loss, we have skin and beauty products, we have energy products, we have libido products, we have gut products, we have different things that different people like, and you're able to touch on that. So, Carrie, did you add anything you wanted to add to that?
I did. I just want to say really quickly, I didn't really tell you the end of the story, but there was massive frustration when our stock went to 7 cents a share and almost got taken off the registry because people didn't get their calls returned and emails returned. They finally hired a consultant and said, "What on earth do we do to get this product out there?" Because it had been in GNC and CVS and Rite Aid selling a half a bottle per store per month for 4 years. So the consultant came on. He said, "You know what? That ABC primetime is gold. I suggest person to person distribution, word of mouth advertising. I would put it in network marketing." We went from 0 to 200 million in sales, and we are still a secret. We need more people to share the message. And Robert Kiyosaki says this: in network marketing, the goal is not to sell a product, but to build a network, an army of people who are all representing a product or service they love. The goal is not for you or any other individual to sell a ton of product. It's for a lot of people to be their own best customer, sell and service a reasonable number of customers. I don't have a lot of customers, and recruit and show a lot of people, other people, how to do the same thing. My brain works faster than my mouth, especially on Axio. So here's the reason you want to build that army of independent representatives, because once you do, you know what you'll have. You will have an asset that generates income for you, passive, leveraged income. Network marketing is not about earning more income. It's about building an asset. Let us help you build your asset. I'm super excited. Makesi, thank you for having me, giving another chance to do better this week. I'm going to run because I got my next call. Mwah! Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes, we appreciate you again. Put some fire emojis in the chat for
Woo,
Carrie.
woo, woo, woo.
And one quick thing, I'm gonna press you here a little bit. Can people do this?
You know what? I was a waitress, bartender, fitness instructor. I worked hard. I didn't make my first $1 million till 2008, and I got in the industry in 1993. If this is your first rodeo, heck yeah. It's not easy. It's simple, not easy. You're going to have to break through some barriers, but it's absolutely doable. Makesi was a window washer, right? I
Yes.
was I was a bartender, fitness instructor. We had a lot of passion and we believed in ourselves, but it didn't come overnight. But it can if you work hard, not overnight. But people overestimate what can happen in 1 to 3 years, but they dramatically underestimate what can happen in 5 to 10 years. You got to stick with it. Dive in, get serious about learning these products. It's a very simple, steep, short learning curve. So I believe it.
That's right. Stick and stay and run the play, guys. That's what we need
Woo!
to do. That's what I did. Me and my wife. You can see us here in Mexico having fun. Again, this is a great community of people that you want to be a part of. And we've been to Dubai. I mean, we've been to this right here was in Thailand a couple of months ago. You can see Carrie here, Kelly Olson, Jay, myself, my wife. I mean, we went to the Buddhist temples where we saw the monks, right? We were on with the elephants. I mean, just fun times. We did a legacy project where we did a wall mural for kids. So much fun, and this was on the company's dime, right? All of these vacations have been on the company's dime, guys. So I want to welcome you to this company, to this opportunity, and we're super super excited about what's happening this Thursday. I'm going to be doing another call similar to this, but it's going to be focused on brain health, right? It's going to be focused on your mental health. It's going to be, we have Dr. Brett Brimhall. He's going to be really breaking down how You can use our Axial products. And for those of you guys who are educators in special ed, I know my wife has always talked about this. In fact, she was the one who spoke to Dr. Brimhall in Mexico about this, right? And he's coming out of Arizona. And he's really going to give you guys some really good insight when it comes to your mental health and how you can utilize these products, especially the Axial products. And the topic is going to be nutrigenomics, right? If you never heard the word nutrigenomics, you're going to hear all about it on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the same Zoom line. So we want to welcome you to LifeVantage, guys. Make sure that you get back to the person who invited you on the call. Trust me, you can do this. I was a janitor and a window washer, and this company, this industry has changed my whole life. Now I get to travel the world with my wife, my family, and really has just put me in a position to win and help empower other people around me. So, guys, get back to the person who invited you on the call. Get started right away. Don't overthink this. Don't suffer with paralysis of analysis. Just get going. We love you guys. We want you to win, and we want you to be a part of this community with us. So I want to thank my wife again, Janine, for doing a great job hosting this call. I want to thank Carrie Dickey for doing a great job also. And I appreciate all you guys, all the support. And clap it up for yourself, guys. Put some fire emojis for yourself, guys. Peace and love, many blessings. God bless you all, and I'll see everybody at the very top. Have a great night.